Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew and today I want to do pretty much my last video on Forspoken. I think I'm going to go ahead and give it a rest. Let it kind of chill out. I got to get to some other stuff. So I wanted to take a minute to kind of talk about, like, dude, I think the critics, man, were way too hard on this game. Way too hard on this game. Now I get it, man. Like I completely get it. I get like the whole credibility thing and all of that. All of them received a PlayStation 5 copy of this game. And let's be real for a minute. If you're playing this game on a PlayStation 5, I don't necessarily recommend playing that on a 4K TV, especially in the performance mode, because yeah, dude, it drops pretty dang low in resolution. And let's face it, the last couple of years we've been spoiled with cross-gen games, and now that we're getting to these next-gen games, they're losing a lot of they're going to be coming out kind of lower resolution. Now we've had a few already, and you know, I've covered those, and I always go into them thinking, "Oh man, I can't believe it's 1080p, blah blah blah," and then I play them and they turn out to not be so bad. But let's face it, man, like Forspoken on PlayStation 5 is really, really good console war fodder, man. Like it is. The PlayStation fanboys went after the Xbox guys when the Medium came out, talking about it dropping to 756. Well, 756p. Well, now PlayStation 5 has the crown at 720p. They have the crown. I'm not going to kick it for, you know, just because of the fact that I really am trying to move away from that. And I really do like Forspoken. I think that this game is pretty freaking cool. I just spent the last few hours tonight just exploring Athia on the PlayStation 5, and I was running it on my 4K TV, and I was playing it in the resolution mode, the quality mode. Now, I did run into one spot while I was out exploring and stuff that kind of just dropped the frame rate, you know, down kind of lower, a lot lower than 30 frames per second. And I was like, oh man, I don't know if I can really, you know, do this. So I bumped it up over to the performance mode, got through that part. And then I went back to the quality mode. And over the last, gosh, maybe 4.5 hours today, I was playing it. I only had that one hiccup in the quality mode, to where it was like not ideal to play in that, like, the blue wind or whatever that comes in all the little spectral freaking enemies that you got to fight. Like that was pretty rough. That was pretty rough. It did really hit the PlayStation 5 hard. Well, is what I did today is I went and I did a lot of exploring and stuff. I went and found a whole bunch more stuff. I've got pretty much all my magic upgraded. I found all of them. I think I need one more fountain and I will have all of that complete. I saw some really cool vistas today, like some really cool places that I was like, wow, man, this game is truly beautiful. And I was thinking in my head, I'm like, wow, dude, this is beautiful. I'm playing it on the PlayStation 5. So, I mean, there is a way to play it on PS5 and still be able to enjoy the visuals, but you're going to be at your 30 frames a second. And there are going to be spots that are going to drop below that. Now, you're probably thinking, dude, like, how can you like Forspoken and not like Dead Space? I never said I don't like Dead Space. I never said I don't like it. I just said I'm having a hard time getting into it. I'm about 5 hours into it. I'm still playing it. I'm going to play it tomorrow, but I haven't got to that point yet where I'm like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? Like I'm not, maybe I should stop making videos on it until I beat it. You know, maybe I'm going to try to beat it tomorrow and get the review out tomorrow night or whatever, because I think I'm far enough in it to where if I just sit down and crank it out, I can get through it tomorrow. And that's pretty much, you know, part of it. You know, I wanted to be able to do it over the weekend, so I'll be able to get that out. But I want to express that there are some things with Forspoken that you're gonna have to love the game to be able to overlook. Like it. And that's pretty easy to do. That's pretty easy to do, to like find the game. The problems with Forspoken that I've found during my playthrough, they didn't even come close to outweighing all the good stuff that I found in the game. So it's one of those games that, like, man, these reviewers, they went after Forspoken pretty hard. They weren't nice to it at all. And I agree with them, you know, $70 for a game that looks like Forspoken on the PlayStation 5. Man, if visuals are your main thing, I recommend getting a 1080p monitor or a 1440p monitor for your PlayStation 5. If visuals are your thing and you want that performance and stuff, you might want to consider that so that you can enjoy your experience. Because I'll tell you what, I haven't found one game on the PS5 on the 1440p monitor that looks bad. Not one. They all look incredible. So that's one of the things that you're going to have to decide throughout this generation, man. Are you going to stop yourself from playing every game that has low resolution? I did it last generation. I'd watch the Digital Foundry video. They would tell me it was 1080p and I would pass. I would literally pass on these games, man, just because I was that snobby about 1080p. Like, I would pass on them. And now that I have the monitor, I don't have to pass on them anymore, man. I can buy those games, I can play them, I can enjoy them, and I can still play them at 60 frames a second. And I mean, very few TVs are going to have really good upscalers. Very few of them are going to have TV or are going to be able to upscale them, because once that image drops to 1080p and you lose texture quality and you lose other things, man, it starts to get a little bit rougher. But these games here now, they have more fidelity than they've ever had. And fidelity is like stuff closer together. There's more detail packed into everything, just because these new consoles can do that. So 1080p doesn't look like 1080p, like a 1080p game last generation. Like it does look better because there's more going on, and it does look better, but you're still at a point where you're still going to be at a point where 1080p is not going to look ideal on a 4K screen. Like it's not. I bought the 1440p monitor for the Series S. I play the Series X on it now. I play the PlayStation 5 on it. I do put some games on the 4K TV, especially like when I want to see what they look like in 4K and everything like that. I do. I still use it, fairly regularly, but most of my playing, anything that I'm playing like high refresh rate, I just play it on the monitors now, man. It's not even that big of a deal. I know that you want your big TV and you want to look at things and you want to be able to, like, I get it, man. Like it's part of like being a man, bro. You're like, yeah, man, I grew up on a 32-inch TV. I want a 65-inch one now. Like, I get it, man. I completely get it. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I think Forspoken's a good game, man. I think the reviewers were a bit too hard on it. And that sucks, man, because there's a lot of influence these guys have, man. There's a lot of influence even like that all of us have, and I don't ever want to influence you not to pick something up. I mean, okay, so that's me, man. Like I stopped listening to Digital Foundry and Skill Up and all of the other guys a long time ago, man. When they started coming out and like doing the like hate thing, I didn't even realize what they were doing back then. But like when they all came out and they were like a firing squad on like Ghost Recon Breakpoint, that's when I quit listening to all of them, because I freaking loved that game. I love that game. I spent over 130 hours in that game. I loved that game. So that's why I quit listening to a lot of them and I just buy what I want to play. And then every once in a while I'll listen to what they say, but not anymore. Not since I started this channel. Now it's just all about what I think of a game, and I try to give you the best information I can. That's why I'm really trying really hard not to go negative toward any of the games, because there's always going to be those people out there that like it. And then there's always going to be the drive-by people that just like, oh man, I hate it. And they want to use it for console wars. And yeah, dude, it's fair game, man. Forspoken's fair game, dude. It's a PlayStation 5 exclusive, man. If you guys want to have fun with that, being the 720p, 45 frames a second, I can confirm the lower resolution thing in performance mode, but I can't necessarily confirm like 45 frames a second, because it felt pretty decent the whole time playing through. Like I didn't have any real, I can't remember any place that I was having like any major like frame rate issues in the performance mode. Only when I play it on, the quality mode or the ray tracing mode, that's when you get like the lower frame rate than 30 frames a second. But yeah, man, if you guys want to use it, dude, they did it to the medium on Xbox. It's fair game, guys. Do what you got to do, man. Like I'm not going to participate in it, because I like Forspoken, man. And not only that, because I'm trying to move away from it, but thank you guys for watching these videos. I really do appreciate it. If you have anything negative to say about Forspoken, man, please just point that somewhere else. I don't, I want to be positive about this game because I really like it. Other than that, you know, I mean, yeah, dude, I do highly recommend if you're playing on PlayStation, get a monitor. Get a monitor and enjoy the game. There's going to be a lot, there's going to be a lot of that this generation, man. So, it sucks. I know, I get it. But buying this monitor was probably the smartest thing I ever did because it really has made me a lot happier. If something doesn't look good on the 4K, I throw it on here and boom, all the like I don't even worry about that stuff that often anymore. Like I really don't. And it's nice. It's so freeing, man. I feel free, you know, I feel free to enjoy my games again, man. So all right, man. If you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for listening to this rant.